dust in my eye. Well, I'm not the type to cry. It's 4 a.m. I'm standing by the bed where you lie, sleeping the sleep of the newborn. I put my finger to your lips, warm hair. 5 a.m. You lift your hand and open it. Then you slipped away. You slipped away. Oh, death, that creep, that crooked jerk. He comes walking. He comes sneaking down that long, irreversible hallway. Grabs you in your sleep. Walk outside to the parking lot. Bright coins of water on the sidewalk. Big white building where your body lies stands in the middle of the fields. Icy air, and after all the shots, the way the heart unlocks. We slip away. We slip away. I'm thinking about the way they lost things, always come back, looking like something else. Fishing pole, a shoe, an old shirt, a lucky day. Ooh, then they slip away into the remains of the day. Ooh, they slip away, they slip away. About how you taught me how to win and how to lose and how to fight the crippling blues that I was born with. Bad dreams and nightmares. Ooh, they slip away. Ooh, they slip away into the remains of the day. Sometime I'll stop looking for you, stop seeing your face every day. Bad dreams and nightmares and big bad wounds. Ooh, they slip away into the remains of the day. Ooh, they slip away into the remains of the day. To die, but I saw the way the light left your eyes, and after all the shots, the way the heart unlocks. Ooh, then you slipped away. You slipped away.
Ladies and gentlemen, what you are observing here are highly magnified examples or facsimiles of human sperm. Generation after generation of these tiny creatures have sacrificed themselves in their persistent, often futile attempt to transport the basic male genetic code. But where is this information coming from? They have no eyes, no ears, yet some of them already know that they will be bald. Some of them know that they will have small, crooked teeth. Over half of them will end up as women. 400 million living creatures, all knowing precisely the same thing. Carbon copies of each other in a kamikaze race against the clock. Now, some of you may be surprised to learn that if a sperm were the size of a salmon, it would be swimming its 7-inch journey at 500 miles per hour. If a sperm were the size of a whale, however, it would be traveling at 15,000 miles per hour, or Mach 20. Now, imagine, if you will, 400 blind and desperate sperm whales departing from the Pacific coast of North America, swimming at 15,000 miles per hour, and arriving in Japanese coastal waters in just under 45 minutes. How would they be received? Would they realize they were carrying information, a message? Would there be room for so many millions? Would they know that they had been sent for a purpose?
There's a story in an ancient play about birds called The Birds. And it's a short story from before the world began. From a time when there was no earth, no land, only air and birds everywhere. But the thing was, there was no place to land, because there was no land. So they just circled around and around, because this was before the world began. And the sound was deafening. Songbirds were everywhere. Billions and billions and billions of birds. And one of these birds was a lark. And one day her father died. And this was a really big problem, because what should they do with the body? And there was no place to put the body because there was no earth. And finally, the lark had a solution. She decided to bury her father in the back of her own head. And this was the beginning of memory. Because before this, no one could remember a thing. They were just constantly flying in circles. Constantly flying in huge circles. 1978, I spent some time in California in the fall, looking for a quiet place to live. I finally found what seemed to be the perfect apartment. But the night after I moved in, I heard a tremendous pounding sound. As it turned out, I had moved in right above a Hawaiian hollow log drum school. Every other night, it was converted into a hula school with a live band of 6 Hawaiian guitars. I decided to soundproof my place, but I didn't hang the door very well, and all the sounds kept drifting in. About this time, like a lot of New Yorkers who find themselves on the West Coast, I got interested in various aspects of California's version of the occult. We would sit around at night while the Santa Ana winds howled outside and ask questions to the Ouija board. I found out a lot of information on my past 9,361 human lives on this planet. My first life was as a raccoon.
And then you were a cow. And then you were a bird. And then you were a hat.
Spelled the Ouija. We said, a hat. We couldn't figure it out. Finally, we guessed that the feathers from the bird had been made into a hat. Is this true?
Yes.
Spelled the Ouija.
Hat counts as half life.
And then?
Hundreds and hundreds of rabbis.
Now this is apparently my first life as a woman, which should explain quite a few things. Eventually, though, the Ouija's written words seemed to take on a personality, a kind of a voice. Finally, we began to ask the board if the Ouija would be willing to appear to us in some other form.
Forget it, forget it, forget it, forget it, forget it, forget it.
The Ouija seemed like it was about to crash. Please, please, what can we do? We were nagging it now. So you will show yourself to us in some other manifestation.
You should lurk. You should L-U-R-K. Lurk.
Now, I never really figured out how to lurk in my own place, even though it was only a rented place. But I did find myself looking over my shoulder a lot, and every sound that drifted in seemed to be a version of this phantom voice, whispering in a code that I could never crack. Oh, George. Oh, Mom and Dad. Mom and Dad. Oh, Superman. Oh, John. Oh, Mom and Dad. Mom and Dad. Hi. I'm not home right now, but if you want to leave a message, just start talking at the sound of the tone. Hello? This is your mother. Are you there? Are you coming home? Hello? Is anybody home? Well, you don't know me, but I know you, and I've got a message to give to you. Here come the planes. So you better get ready, ready to go. You can come as you are, but pay as you go. Pay as you go. And I said, okay, who is this really? And the voice said, this is the hand that takes. This is the hand that takes. This is the hand that takes. Here come the planes. They're American planes, made in America. Smoking or non-smoking? And the voice said, neither snow nor rain, nor blue night shall stay these couriers from the swift completion of their appointed round. Cause when love is gone, there's always justice. when justice is gone. There's always force. And when force is gone, there's always mom. Hi, mom. So hold me, mom, in your long arms. So hold me, mom, in your long arms. In your automatic arms. Your electronic arms. In your arms. So hold me, mom, in your long arms. Your petrochemical arms. Your military arms. In your electronic arms. A certain American religious sect has been looking at conditions of the world during the flood. According to their calculations, during the flood, the winds, tides, and currents were in an overall southeasterly direction. This would then mean that in order for Noah's Ark to have ended up on Mount Ararat here, would had to have started out several thousand miles to the west. This would then locate pre-flood civilization somewhere in the area of upstate New York and the Garden of Eden in New York City. Now, in order to get from one place to another, something must move. Now, no one in New York remembers moving, and there are no traces of biblical history in the upstate New York area. So we're led to the only available conclusion in this time warp, and that is that the arc has simply not left yet. Now let's compare this situation to a familiar occurrence. You're driving, and it's dark, and it's raining, and you took a turn back there, but you're not really sure it was the right turn. But you took the turn anyway, and you just kept going in that direction. And eventually, it starts to get light, and you look out, and you realize you have absolutely no idea where you are. So you get out the next gas station, and you say, "Hello, excuse me, can you tell me where I am?"
You can read the signs. You've been on this road before. Do you want to go home? Do you want to go home now?
"Hello, excuse me, can you tell me where I am?"
In our country, this is the way we say hello. It is a diagram of movement between 2 points. It is a sweep on the dial. In our country, this is also the way we say goodbye. Say hello.
"Hello, excuse me, can you tell me where I am?"
In our country, this is the way we say goodbye. It is shorthand for last night. You were here, but when I woke up in the morning, you were gone. In our country, goodbye looks just like hello. Say hello.
"Hello, excuse me, can you tell me where I am?"
In our country, we send pictures of people speaking our sign language into outer space. We are speaking our sign language in these pictures. Do you think that they will think his arm is permanently attached in this position? Or do you think that they will read our signs? In our country, goodbye looks just like hello. Say hello. Say hello. Say hello.
A lot like rain. He said, "Isn't it? Isn't it just? Isn't it just like a woman?" She said, "It's hard. It's just hard. It's just kind of hard to say." He said, "Isn't it? Isn't it just? Isn't it just like a woman?" She said, "It goes. That's the way it goes. It goes that way." He said, "Isn't it? Isn't it just like a woman?" She said, "It takes one. Takes one too. Takes one to know one." He said, "Isn't it just like a woman?" She said it. She said it to know. She said it to no one. Isn't it just? day's work to look into them. Your eyes, today's work, just looking into them.
They say that heaven is like TV, a perfect little world that doesn't really need you, and everything there is made of light, and the days keep going by. Here they come. Here they come, here they come. Well, it was one of those days, larger than life, when your friends came to dinner and they stayed the night, and then they cleaned out the refrigerator, they ate everything in sight, and then they stayed up in the living room and they cried all night. Strange angels singing just for me, old stories haunting me. This is nothing like I thought it would be. Well, I was at my photo with the top down, and I looked up and there they were, millions of tiny teardrops just sort of hanging there. And I didn't know whether to laugh or cry, and I said to myself, what next, big sky? Strange angel singing just for me. This fair change falls on top of me. Rain falling, falling all over me, all over me. Strange angels singing just for me. Old stories haunting me. Big changes are coming, here they come. Here they come.
Stand by. You're on the air.
Buenas noches, señores y señoras. Bienvenidos. La primera pregunta es: ¿qué es más macho? Pineapple or knife?
Well, let's see. My guess is that pineapple is more macho than a knife.
Sí, correcto. Pineapple es más macho que knife. La segunda pregunta: ¿qué es más macho? Light bulb o school bus?
Light bulb.
No, lo siento, school bus es más macho que light bulb. Gracias, and we'll be back in un momento. Well, I had a dream, and in it I went to a little town, and all the girls in town were named Betty, and they were singing. Hey, look, over there, it's Frank Sinatra, sitting in a chair, and he's blowing perfect smoke rings up into the air, and he's singing smoke makes a staircase for you to descend, so rare.
Isn't she beautiful? Look. And wrapped in the bundle, I see the little face of my dog, a small rat terrier named Lolabelle. And no one says anything like, you know, this is not a human baby. You just gave birth to a dog. But I'm so happy. I put my head to her forehead and look into her eyes. And it's almost a perfect moment, except that the joy is mixed with quite a lot of guilt. Because the truth was, I had engineered this whole thing. I had arranged to have